Good morning, everyone. You are in the Pill Method Club, and this is how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. Guess what? This is episode number 105. 105 episodes, 2-hour episodes of getting this information out, telling people the truth about lending, how loans actually work. Did you know that I've been doing this for 16 years and I've been asking the same questions over and over again, even to financial professionals? Have you ever had a class on how loans actually work, how banks make their money through interest, and how to defeat that system? And the answer has always been no. Did you realize we're paying 75% more interest than we need to? And we've been doing it since 1934. This year is the 88th anniversary of amortizing mortgages. And all of our loans have been based on this type of amortization schedule for the last 88 years, meaning the banking has created a sliding scale whereby you can buy something on time, borrow the money, and they figured out a scale, a system, an algorithm by which you can get a payment you can afford to pay it back, but you're going to pay interest on that. But when it comes to mortgages, the amount of when you make your payment in the first years of that, about 20% of your payment dollar, 20 cents out of every dollar actually pays down the loan, and 80 cents out of that dollar goes to interest. If you are tired of that system, if you're tired of having a mortgage where only a small part of your money goes to pay down the loan and a huge part goes to interest, I need you to put a number 9 in the chat. Put a number 9 in the chat. Put a number 9 in the chat if you are tired of the system where banking takes that lion's share of that money and we get just a little bit. Oh my goodness, the nines are coming in. The nines are coming in. Oh my. Listen, I love this. Listen, go ahead and share this room out just a little bit more, and so we can get some more people in here. All right. And I got some comments even online from our folks that are watching us live on YouTube. So we're getting some 9s there as well. Folks, I'm telling you, I'm so excited about what we're going to be talking about today, especially in terms of real estate investing. Okay. Are there any real estate investors out there? Are there any real estate investors in the audience right now? Could you put a number 2 in the chat? I won't call on you. I just want to know if there's any real estate investors out there. Okay, good. All right, we have some out there. So I'm glad to put some information out there for our real estate investors who are using bank financing and need to use bank financing. And if you want to see what we're doing here, if you want to see my examples on screen live, then you want to go to ICE 10K videos on a separate device. ICE 10K videos on a separate device. You can still listen to us on Clubhouse. Go to your iPad or your the type of tablet, your computer, and then go to ICE 10K videos. All right, that will take you straight to our YouTube channel. And then when you get there, go ahead and click on live. Bypass the commercial. Anyway. And then once you do that, then you'll be able to see what we're talking about. But don't forget to subscribe. We're building up our subscriber list. Subscribe to, there you go, subscribe to us. And then click that notification bell as well so that you can know whenever we're going to be, whenever we put up a new video, and then like and share so you can help get this information out. Oh my goodness. I've got some folks in here that are ready to see what is going on here today. So let me get back to my room. So, all right. So I've got I've got Miss Goldfinger Accessories. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Listen, do you want to share your name with me that I can remember?
Goldfinger Accessories.
That's
That's
who
my
you
business name. And
that's
that's
who you
my
are. Okay, so
no
listen,
problem.
she understands branding. Everybody, call her
Yes,
Goldfinger
I sure
Accessories.
do.
Call her Goldfinger Accessories.
That's
Listen,
my name.
come on, girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody calls me Ice for interest cancellation expert. You don't see anything else up there.
That's
Uh,
branding.
that's branding.
That's
That's branding.
branding.
Tell us a little bit about what you're doing before while I'm getting set up here to share
Okay.
with everybody what I'm getting ready to show them. And if, like I said, if you're a real estate investor, if you know someone who's a real estate investor, I'm going to show you some things that are going to knock your socks off about how we do that. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what Goldfinger Accessories is all about.
Yes, thank you. I'm a cybersecurity analyst and also a business owner for 18 years, Goldfinger Accessories. We are into the sales of clothing, shoes, accessories, jewelry, head ties, edges, art, cosmetics, makeup, electronics, decorations, home decorations, basically. And we are on Walmart Marketplace, Amazon, Shopify, WhatsApp Business, YouTube, personal website. Talk about it. We are everywhere. We are just everywhere, and we advertise. We sell online, and we do have different kind of sales program quarterly to help people purchase our products at a discounted rate. 10% discount we give them all the time. We just finished one on Friday, and in the next 3 months we should have another one again. So basically, that's what we do. That's what we do. Other than me being a cybersecurity analyst, I've been doing this business for 18 years now, and it's something I'm very passionate about. I started business right from middle school because I've always loved business. I've always loved it. I've always sold something, always selling something. That's just something I love to do, and I decided to pick it up as a business. Now 18 years. Now 18 years. Um, That'll be the first thing I want to talk about, but I actually have a question for you. I stumbled across your room one day, and ever since then, I've been hooked. I'm like, if I can pay my mortgage off in 7 years, that is incredible. And I'm like, why didn't I know about this for a long time? Because let me tell you a little background about myself. My husband is in the military, he's a United States Army military officer, and we move a lot. He being in the military, we move a lot from one state to the other. So whenever we move, we buy a house. When we leave, we sell the house and buy a new one in the next location. So we've been doing this now, like 4 times now. We've bought houses like 4 times. Currently, we just bought a new house here in Maryland, and we closed in June, on June 3rd to be precise. We closed.
All right, all right.
We
Sounds
bought it.
good.
Yeah, we closed. We're right in the house now. So I have questions about how we can design an amortization schedule for us to pay off this mortgage within 7 years. That would be so great. I'll be so fulfilled. I'll be so happy if I can have this done in 7 years instead of 30. Now it's a VA loan. We got a 4.99 interest rate on it when we bought it. And the total cost for the house is, let me pull that up real quick because I have all my documents here.
All right, well,
I'm
hold
like,
on,
today I got
hold
to
on,
get this
hold on
done.
for that information because I'm going to
Okay.
start plugging that in. Are you
Thank
able
you.
to actually see what we're doing this morning, Miss
I'm
Goldfinger?
right on my laptop. I'm on my laptop. I'm on my phone. I'm everywhere. I'm ready for this. I am so ready. I'm like, if I can get it paid in 7 years, that would be great.
All right, now
That
that's
would be
the average. That's the average. Okay, that's
okay.
the average we do it in. But here, listen.
Okay.
I want to play something for you about somebody who's actually
Okay.
did it in four. Somebody actually
What?
paid their mortgage off in 4 years. We,
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
we just picked up a celebrity endorsement for this particular celebrity that paid off in four. Have you ever heard of E.T., the hip hop preacher, Eric Thomas?
No,
Okay.
no.
He is the number one motivational speaker in the entire world. So if you watch any
Wow.
motivational speakers on YouTube, you might not have
Mhm.
known who he was, but you just might recognize his voice. So folks, here's
Okay.
what I want you to do. I want you, if you want to see this video, we're getting ready to play it. If you want to see it, go to ICE 10K videos and then click on live so that you can see this. But if you just want to hear it on Clubhouse, here it goes. Here is Eric Thomas, the number one motivational speaker in the entire world. We just had him in Nashville. We brought him in. I brought him in to speak to individuals who flew in from all over the country. We had 17 other fantastic speakers from all over the country there, and Eric Thomas was our keynote speaker. Listen to what he has to say.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about. Again, this is Eric Thomas, and you might wonder why someone who's the number one motivational speaker in the entire world. In fact, I just talked to him not too long ago, and he was telling us that a top 100 company in the U.S. paid him for a speech for 1 hour, 150,000. This is the kind of fees he commands, and you're wondering, why doesn't he just pay cash for a house? Because people with means don't use their cash. Their cash is working, making money, babies. Is that right, Credit Goddess? All right. Their cash is out there working. Okay. And then they borrow the bank's money at a discount. And we're going to be talking about that today. So I want everybody to know that that we have developed an artificially intelligent computing platform that is cloud-based, that does all of the math and guides you like financial GPS. So you don't have to create go finger accessories. You don't have to create an amortization schedule. Our computers do it for you and then guide you as to what to do and when, so that you can save the
Okay.
most amount of money but possible. But I am going to show you on an amortization schedule the basics of how it works. How would you like that this morning?
I would love that. My husband would love that too.
Okay. All right. So we're going to let Miss Credit Goddess go ahead and listen. I'm falling down on my job. So Rosalora, if you can kind of watch the stage for us this morning and invite people up when you see their hands. And thank you for being here this morning. Miss Credit Goddess Rosalora, tell us who you are and what you do, please.
Sure, sure. I'll be here to help. I'm actually heading out to breakfast, but I'll be here. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy 3rd. And happy holidays. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit and the official credit expert for the P.I.L.L Method crew here. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, so I help my clients improve their credit so that way they can gain access to other people's money, whether it's funding, business credit, because I'm also a business credit consultant. And the step to having access to other people's money is getting your credit together. So that way you can get the best interest rate, the best terms, always get approved, never denied. So if any of you guys are interested, the number is in my bio where you can send your name and email address to, and let's get started. But I'll be here to support you.
All right, all right, all right, Rose. Thank you so very much, everybody. Listen, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to highlight this a comment that we have online, and it comes from Lease Metro Detroit. They're looking to help their clients pay off their loans faster. We can definitely help you with that, Lease Metro. So what you want to do is I need you to take this down. ICE10K.com. ICE10K.com. That's the it stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. We're going to put that. Go ahead and put that in the chat for them, Talik, if you would please. ICE10K.com. And so Talik is our engineer for today. And so if we can put that in there so that they can see how to get a hold of us, that is my digital business card. And reach out to us and let's have a conversation about how you can help your clients pay off faster. So I'm glad you're here. I am glad Rose is here. I'm glad Goldfinger Accessories is here. And we're going to get into how all of this works. So, so Goldfinger Accessories, I'm going to let you run the show for a little while. Okay. So you tell me, I have something here where we actually helped one of our clients, a case study, and I can show you what we did for them, or I can get into how we do it first. I'll let you choose what we do first, how we do it, or what we did for this particular client and how fast they paid off their loans and how much interest they saved. You tell me which you like to see first.
I want to see how you did it.
How did I know? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to put an amortization schedule on the screen. All right. Share screen. All right. And then we're going to, so that will be coming up. Now, because you're online and we're on Clubhouse, the audio is going to come over first. There's going to be a slight delay on the video. Okay. So you just have to wait.
That's fine.
Okay. So right now, and I'm going to set myself up so I can see the video as well. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Folks, don't forget to share the room. We're at 7 shares. We have 22 people in here right now. And I did the wrong thing. All right, let me get here so I can see what's going on. There we go. Go to your channel. All right, live. Let me get here so I can. All right, let me turn my volume down so I can see. All right, I can see what you're seeing. So right now we have $200,000 mortgage on here. So I'm just going to put in 200,000. Okay, 200,000.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave it at 6% because I heard last week that interest rates are getting as high as 6.25%.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Let me tell you something, Miss Goldfinger Accessories. Before I forget, because the information is just coming at me so fast and so furious. Sometimes I forget to tell people that you're better off at 6.25% than you are even at 2.99.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? We've been sold a bill of goods that the lowest interest rates are the best interest rates if you want to be able to save money. Now, if the thing that you need to focus on here is that when we hear about mortgages and how we compare one mortgage against another, we are comparing 30-year mortgages against another 30-year mortgage. Those are the numbers that we're being quoted. Okay.
Yeah.
But you told me you're not interested in keeping a 30-year mortgage for 30 years.
No, I don't want that.
So all of those numbers that you're quoted are out the window. They don't even apply anymore. Okay. You need new numbers that would help you to get to paying off the debt in 7 to 9 years. And that's an average.
Okay.
That's an average, 7 to 9 years. In fact, we just played a video where a gentleman paid his off in 4. And listen, I've had people pay it off in 3.5. All right. And some people
Wow.
take 10. It all depends on what they have going on. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So let me show you how all of this works. And I'm going to have you help me. So here
That's
is,
fine with me.
all right, here is the payment on this. Okay. The payment on this is $1,199.10. And you should be seeing it on your screen right now.
I'm seeing it.
Okay, so first of all, here's the first lesson. The interest rate you're quoted is not the interest rate you pay.
Okay.
First lesson. Let's scroll down to the summary and learn what I mean by that. The interest rate you're quoted. So the interest rate we're quoted here is 6%, correct?
Correct.
So, but if it's 6%, then if you take a look at the left side of this summary, at the asterisk here, you'll see total interest paid on this loan over 30 years is $231,676. My question is that 6% of 200,000?
No.
No. Look over to the right-hand side. Look over to the right-hand side, and you'll see what the actual percentage comes out to be. Total interest paid as a percentage of principal, 115.838%. Number one.
Oh my goodness.
So the interest rate you're quoted is not the interest you actually end up paying. That's lesson number one. Okay. So
Thank you.
Let's stop making decisions based on interest rate and start making decisions based on interest cost. And this is 231,000, which means over 30 years, the bank wants you to pay $431,676. Are you interested in paying $431,000 for a $200,000 house?
No.
No. No one really is. But if everybody gets their loans one way and nobody's raising a red flag and saying there is a better way of doing it, then everybody continues to do this plan because everyone's doing it, correct?
Correct.
All right, so let's see how we can save just a little bit of money. Now, remember, what I'm getting ready to show you is understanding how the bank does it and the weakness in their system. And then we may get into our particular program to optimize the savings, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to scroll down to payment number 1 here. All right. And when payment number 1 shows up, I need you to tell me how much money goes to principal and how much goes to interest. On payment number 1. Are you seeing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Principal is $199.10.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about that?
Interest 1,000. Oh my goodness.
Out of that payment at 6% interest, only $199.10 pays down the loan. $1,000 goes to interest. How fair is that?
That is not fair. That is not fair. That's ripping people off.
And everybody is doing that. So if we did something like that for you, your loan would look something like this. And what we're going to do is put your loan in next. But I want to do this just to show you, and then we're going to put your information in next. How would you like that?
I would like this. $199,
Okay.
paying that towards the principal to get the loan paid.
There you go. So $199.10 goes to principal, and then our new loan balance on line 1 is $199,800.90. So here are the rules. Whenever you see a principal balance, always look to the next line to know what to do. Okay? Is that fair enough? So you don't even have to do the math. Always look to the next line to answer any question I pose to you today.
Okay.
All right. So now once we pay this loan today, all right, so let's say this is the beginning of July. All right, we're at the beginning of the month, and we just paid our mortgage of $1,199.10. That's paid. We don't owe anything until August, correct?
Correct.
But you can see on this amortization schedule, you can actually see the principal payment for August, can't you? How much is it? Next month's principal.
$200.10.
There you go. It only went up by $1. Can you believe that? And how much interest does a bank want in August?
In August, they want $999 interest.
Oh, so listen, it's better than 1,000.
At least. Every dollar counts.
Every dollar counts. Okay.
Yes.
So if we pay our mortgage here in July, okay, and I can see that $200.10 that the bank wants next month, do I have to wait till next month to give them that $200.10?
No.
If I had it, could I give it to them this month?
Yes, I can.
And could we then, all of that money would go to principal, wouldn't it?
It would.
All right, folks, if you're new to the room, we got some more people in here. We're up to 24 people right now, and 54 people have come through the room so far. If you're new, then if you want to see this example, go to ice10kvideos.com, ice10kvideos.com, and then you can see these examples right on your tablet or on your computer to see what's going on. All right. And so here's where we are. And we're working with Miss Goldfinger Accessories, who's asked the question, how can she bought a property? How can she pay it off faster than 30 years? But I want to tell you, Miss Goldfinger, we don't help people to pay their mortgages off fast. We help them to pay them off cheap. Cheap is better.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Cheap is better than fast because cheap always equates to faster. Okay?
Okay.
Let's see how we can do it cheaper. There is a weakness here. Do you see how much interest? If we look at cumulative principal here, column 3 and column 4, cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Are you seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of 1 year, 12 months in, I'm looking at the cumulative principal. That's all of the principal payments over here added up. We would pay this loan down in 1 year by how much money?
199, 200, 201.
No, on line 12. Look at line 12, cumulative
line
principal.
12. $210.33.
Okay, look at cumulative principal, column 3.
2,456 and 1 cent.
So that is all the money's going towards principal in 1 year. How much? Now look at cumulative interest on line 12, column 4. How much interest?
$11,933.19. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of interest. That could go towards the principal to pay down the loan.
Listen,
as opposed to the interest.
Isn't that? What if we could do that? What if
that would be awesome?
Would you like to learn how to do that right now?
Yes, I will.
Because this is the weakness in their system. The weakness in this system is you can never know how the bank does it. Do you know that people who own mortgage companies and banks don't tell their loan officers how this works? By the time I'm done here, in the next 5 minutes, you're going to know more than 99.99% of all loan officers in the US today about how a loan actually works. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready for the ride.
So let's go back to payment number 1. I just made my July payment, and we looked at February's principal payment, which you said I don't have to wait. I can actually give the bank that $200.10 in this month as well. All of that money would go to principal, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I'm paid down to line 2 on my principal balance in July.
Yeah.
So now I owe $199,600.80. So my next mortgage payment for August is on what line of the schedule?
Line 3.
Exactly. You remembered the rule, didn't you? Always look to the next line.
Yes, sir.
It is that simple. Okay. So now on line 3, I'm paying in August, I'm paying $201.10 and $998. So far, so good?
Correct.
So
Correct.
Guess what happened? We just eliminated one mortgage payment from your schedule for only $200.10. We just wiped number 2 line out.
Wow.
And now there's $999 in interest on line 2. What happened to that?
It came down to $998.
Most people believe that.
It came down with $1.
Yeah, most people believe that. What actually happened was you eliminated that too. You just canceled. That's why they call me the interest cancellation expert. You just canceled $999 in interest that you'll never have to pay
Wow.
because you paid the
That is awesome.
$200.10 early. Do you like that?
Hmm. I love it.
All
I
right.
don't like it. I love it.
Okay. Would you like to hear something more valuable than that?
Yes, I will.
Okay, here we go. So let's pay our mortgage again on July 1. We just paid it, right?
Yes.
And now that we've learned something about how all of this works, let's take a look at our principal payments on line 2, line 3, and line 4. Let's
Okay.
take a look at our bank account and see we might have this $200.10 in there, 201.10 and 202.10. That's a total of $603.30. What if we
Correct.
prepaid that, gave that money to the bank in July as well? What would happen to the interest payments on line 2, line 3, and line 4?
They'll all go up.
And our next mortgage payment for August is on what line of the schedule?
August is line 4, $997.
We're already on line 4.
$995.99.
There we go. We're on line 5. How about that? So for a lot less money, for $600, you just eliminated 3 more lines on your schedule. Not $1,200 each, but for $200 each, we just eliminated 3 more lines off your schedule and the interest on those lines. Listen, I hope your husband is jumping up and down. Has anybody, does this make sense to you?
It does make a lot of sense. It does.
Because what you're doing, you're paying rent on the money you borrow. And if we lower how much you owe prematurely, then they can't charge you the rent.
Exactly.
All right. You like that. So you like that part.
I love it.
Okay. All right. So folks, listen, if you want to see what's going on now, we've got 23 people here. I got 10 shares. I need some more shares. Would you please share the room? Because of the algorithm on Clubhouse has changed. The only way we can grow the room now is if you share it. I mean, those are the rules. I didn't change the algorithm. They did. So if you would go ahead, folks, and please share the room one more time. Let's get some more people in here so that they can see what Miss Goldfinger Accessories is learning. So that, and what you're learning, let's share the room out there a little bit more so that they can get that. So we're looking at I'm looking in the chat to see. Okay, it says I can't see the sharing screen. Is that normal? So no, Love Son, you want to go to ice10kvideos.com on another device to watch us on YouTube. All right, you can search for Pill Method on watch us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on LinkedIn. So that's where the video is. Okay, all right. ice10kvideos.com. So go ahead there so you can see what we're seeing, folks. And this is going to be, oh, I just love it when the light bulb goes on for everybody. Okay, so here's what we want to talk about next. All right. If you like that, I've got something even more powerful. Miss Goldfinger, I got something even more powerful. Would you like to know what it is?
Yes, please.
All right, here we go. All right. So let's take a look at 1 year. Okay. Oh, by the way, before we go forward, if we give the bank the next 3 principal payments, if we were to round this up, we saved about how much in interest already? If we just, kind of rounding it off, how much interest have we saved? About. If we give them the next 3 principal payments.
About $2,886.
Oh yeah, well, you're an exact woman, aren't you? That's almost.
I love calculations. I used to be an accountant.
Oh
That
my
was what I
good.
studied in school
Oh my
before
goodness.
switching to cybersecurity. So I'm very good with accounting.
Uh-oh, cybersecurity. So, folks, we gotta let Miss Goldfinger go. I'm sorry, because she knows computers and she's gonna be able to tell you if I'm lying or not. She's gonna be able to tell you if I told you a lie. Okay, because she knows. Listen, if she knows cybersecurity, she knows how computers work. All right. And I'm going to be telling you stuff, and then she's going to stop and say, "Oh, Don, that's not right. You're telling the people wrong." So, Miss Goldfinger, you got to go. Bye.
I promise I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be quiet.
No. Listen, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here because it just lends credibility to what we're doing. And I have a hand raised in the audience. We're going to bring her up so she can ask her question next. All right. So thank you very much. Come on up. All right. So here's what we're doing. Now, here's the more powerful part that you want to be able to see. Let's go to cumulative principal for 1 year. Okay. $2,456 and a penny. That's column 3 all the way down to line 12. Here's my question. We know we have to pay that money because we borrowed that money, correct?
Correct.
Here's my next question. Do I have to pay it in 12 monthly installments?
No.
What?
We can pay less than that.
Okay. All right. But if I wanted to, could I pay that? Because I know I have to pay the $2456.01, but I don't have to pay it in 12 monthly installments. If I wanted to, could I pay it all at one time if I wanted to?
Yes.
If I had the money?
Yes.
Well, if I paid this not over 12 months, but if I paid it in the first month, would I be paid down to line 12 on my amortization schedule in just 1 month?
Yes, correct.
What?
You will.
What would happen to
Correct.
all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12?
They're all gone. They disappear.
What? So
that's incredible.
So here's what's just happened, because you said you want to use your interest money for something else, right?
Correct.
So if we did that, that means that's a savings. Let me go over this step by step. Here's what the bank wants you to do. Make every single payment on time. And it's going to cost you $11,933.19 in interest to pay your loan down to where you owe $197,543.99. Okay? They want to charge you $11,933.19 to do that. Do you want to pay that? All right. So here's what we're talking about. Let's see what we can do. If we're going to pay this anyway, if we wanted to, we could pay that all up front and be paid down to here in 1 month, which means that saves me $10,944.42 in interest I never have to pay. Miss Goldfinger Accessories, we paid this loan down from line 1 to line 12, not for $11,933.19 in interest, but for only $1,000 in interest that we see on line 1.
Wow.
So,
and we can put every other amount onto the principal. That's awesome.
Wow. So that means you got the same amount of equity, because see, this 2456 is equity. Everybody else in your neighborhood is paying $11,933 for their equity. I just showed you how you can get your equity for only $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the same equity for almost $11,000 less. So that means that's money you did not have to pay, which means you could then pay that money towards something else later.
Exactly. Maybe towards a credit card or more towards the principal.
How do you like what we just learned?
I love it.
That gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing with our opportunity cost calculator. And what we do is we take a look at your entire budget And then the program helps you to figure out how much money you have left over after all of your bills and all other expenses are paid, how much money is left over. And then the program will then calculate how to use that money to optimize your interest savings. How do you like that?
I really, really like it.
Well, if you want to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you can save, Miss Goldfinger Accessories, please go up to and click on that link above my 10K card. And then you will see a button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Now, I'm going to go over this very slowly, folks, because some people miss this because they don't read all the instructions. When you click on that, it'll take you to my website. When you get to the website, okay, when you get to the website, then we want to get some preliminary information. And part of that information is getting your cell phone number. You click on confirm on once you put your information in, because now right above that, it says, we're going to send you a code as a message. Wait for the code to come to you as a message. When you get the code, then put that in the space provided. And then that will let you in. Well, and then you click on, yes, I want to save once you do that, because then it'll light up. All right. Yes, I want to save. And then it will let you into our financial form. Put everything in that we asked for. And then we will calculate for you the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free and how much interest you could save. And it's usually within a 7 to 9 year window. And then my staff will then set up a consultation for you so we can go over that information. How do you like those apples?
I do. I do like it.
All right. So do you have any other questions? Oh, we're going to go over some of your information. Don't let me forget that. But I have Miss Kenyatta on the screen in the room right now. Miss Kenyatta, how are you this morning?
I am grand. Hello, family. How are you?
All right, all right, all right. So are you at home or are you on the road?
I am at home.
Uh,
Yes, it's so good to be here.
All right. Tell us who you are and what you do, Miss Kenyatta.
For those who don't know, my name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. I'm the official lender of the P.I.L.L method family, meaning that I can help you to financial fix and flips, your refinance on commercial property, which means you get money from those properties. I can actually help you find money. You might not know that you can use your rent to acquire financing. I can also help you fund your business and help you with business structure, just basically all things money.
All right, all right, all right, Kenyatta. We love it. We love it. We love it. Listen, I already know that we have some folks in here already. And Miss Shakola, is that how you pronounce your name, Shakola?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Listen, I'm going to be finished up with Miss Goldfinger Accessories just a couple of minutes. If you can hang out here, I would love to get to your question. Is that okay?
That works.
Excellent. So, all right, Miss Goldfinger Accessories. So let's put in something about your loan, and I'll show you something about this. So, how much
Yeah,
is?
I got a code.
All right, all right. Oh, so you're starting already.
Yes, sir.
All right. How
I'm
much?
ready.
How much is your new loan?
It's 639,000
$639,000.
565.
Okay, 639,
565.
565.
Correct.
All right. 30-year loan.
30-year loan, VA loan.
Okay. Now here's another trick, folks. If you're listening to me, never get less than a 30-year loan. Never get less than a 30-year loan ever. Ever. Don't do it. Okay. And if you can get a 40, jump on it with both feet. And I'll show you how to pay it off in 7 to 9 years. Okay. All right. What's the interest rate?
Okay.
What's the interest rate, ma'am?
4.99.
4.99. And
Correct.
I'm only going to show you the principal and interest payment here, okay?
Okay.
Which is $3,429.42. Okay.
Okay.
So here's our loan. I'm scrolling down. We have our loan of $639,565. All right. The bank wants $595,026.20 interest on that. So for your $600,000 home, they want you to pay 1.2 million for it. Do you have any interest in that?
Exactly. That was what they quoted.
Yeah.
Exactly. That was what they quoted. That was what they quoted. I'm like, what? Am I going to pay that much?
Okay.
In interest.
So now look at this. Your total interest paid as a percentage of principal is actually 93.036%. That's what's going on here. So now that you know what you know, I want you to take us through this. Okay. So when you make your first payment on this, how much goes to principal and how much goes to interest?
The principal $769.90. Interest $2,659.52.
Okay, now if you make that first payment, here's what I need you to take a look at: the interest cost on line 2. What do you have to do to get rid of $2,656.32 in interest you never have to pay? What do you have to do?
Paying $769.90, $773.10 within 1 month.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Yes, sir. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. The day I stumbled over this room, I'm like, oh my God, I got to be in this room every single time they're on. I got to be there.
All right. All right. Listen, I want to thank you for coming. Listen, thank you for getting started and getting your information here. And thank you for sharing what we got here.
You're welcome.
And here's the last thing before we get into some more real estate investing information. And this is going to be key. All right. A lot of real estate investors I know keep cash on the side for maintenance and repairs.
Okay.
Okay. So, and I want to focus in on that when we go in a little bit further. But let's just say we have some money in the bank. Okay. Let's say we have about 30 grand in the bank for that. On this loan, could we borrow part of our 30 grand, $9,453 and a penny? We still have over 20 grand left in our account, don't we?
Yes, we do.
If we borrow that from ourselves and advance it to this loan, we've paid off 12 months worth of principal already.
Principal.
And how much interest have we saved? And that would be on line 11. How much interest have we saved if we did that?
29,076.46. That's a lot that would go towards the principal and pay down more.
I am so excited. I'm so excited for you right now.
Me too.
Thank you for coming to the stage.
You just opened my eyes.
All right. I want to thank you for coming to the stage and listen.
You're welcome.
Oh, and contact my staff with that information.
Okay.
And hit me up on the back channel as well. And we're going to make sure that you save a ton of money on your new home. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. Okay, Miss Shakola, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm doing well. And yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. And are you here with a question?
Yes, I have a question. I've watched you a few times.
Yes.
And so I went to go print out my schedule.
Yes.
But I had a question.
Yes.
And I think last time it came out, but I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're prepaying the principal to avoid the interest.
Yes.
However, what about those of us who have our mortgage payment, including our taxes and insurance? And I know on my statement, I guess I can make a separate payment as far as taxes and insurance. But are we also prepaying that, or can we pay that on regular schedule?
Oh, no. We're only talking about saving money and interest on your mortgage. The taxes and insurance, you don't want to prepay that.
Okay.
Just make that regular payment. Okay. So here's what we're talking about with you, Ms. Shakola. Most people take a look at and think of if your entire payment, and we'll take a look at this loan that I have here, which is $3,429. Okay. And then the entire payment might be closer to $5,000 to include the taxes and insurance. All right. So to double up on the payments, most people, if your payment is 5,000 and they're thinking double up on the payments, that was a total of $10,000, correct?
Yes.
When in fact, to double up on the payments is only a little over $1,500 because we're only looking at the principal payments. That's how you attack a loan, with the principal payments, not with the entire payment. Because we once we learn how to read this thing, it could save us a ton of money. And you do have a payment every month. Don't forget that. We're just making sure that you don't pay 360 payments. Then you end up paying around 83 to 90 payments instead. How about that?
Got it.
Do you have any other questions for us this morning?
No, that was it.
All right. Can you want to hang out on the stage just in case you have another question that comes up? I'm going to get into this thing a little deeper, folks. But right now, we're just going to reset the room. Okay, we're going to reset the room. And this is the P.I.L.L Method Club. Go ahead and click that green mansion at the top of the room. And then once you click that, go ahead and follow the moderators. Go ahead and follow me, Credit Goddess, Kenyatta. All right, because they are official. They are official in this room. We got an official lender. We have an official credit expert as well. Okay. And here, and
don't forget to follow the room so you can be alerted. I heard Miss Goldfinger say she's happy to be here and she wants to be here every single time. The way you do that is to follow the greenhouse and follow Don, and then that way, every time he pops on the stage, you're alerted. Every time this room opens, you're alerted.
Wow. Thank you, everybody. So listen, we've been in here almost an hour, and I want to listen. We're going to get into some examples of how real estate investors take advantage of this strategy and our computing system to do this. But we want you to hear from our latest celebrity endorsement. Okay. When you get a celebrity endorsement, folks, that changes the game for every business out there. That's why they go to celebrity endorsements. And guess what? When he gave us a celebrity endorsement, you know what he said? You have to pay him. I had to pay him for the celebrity endorsement. You know what he said to pay him? Can you tag me on it? Oh, Lord have mercy. Can I tag him on it? You better believe I'm going to tag him on it. And that's all he required. Can you imagine that? Listen, folks, this is E.T., the hip hop preacher, Dr. Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker on the entire planet. Here is what he has to say about the P.I.L.L method.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is, listen, when we got that news, were you there in the room when you heard him, Kenyatta? What did you think?
I just loved everything about it. I think all of us was like, our mouths were open because we like, what? It was something that we didn't know. And the point that I really, really loved was that a wife that's not stressed can give her very best. And so he was so forever grateful for the P.I.L.L method because there was just things that his wife wasn't willing to do because she had that stress, and it just speaks to someone that has the ability to pay, for the house in the first place outright. But there's a reason why he took out a mortgage. And then there's a reason he went ahead and did the P.I.L.L method, because he's smart.
Listen, folks, I love it. Listen, happy wife, happy life. All right, folks, listen.
That's true.
I want you to know, listen, folks, we're here to give you some information that you probably never seen before. We have some comments. All right. We've got, okay. Loveson says, thank you very much. She found us online. All right. That is great. We got 21 people watching us online. What else do we have going on, folks? We've got folks watching us online. We got folks right here in Clubhouse. We got 31 people that are in here right now. 79 have been through the room. I want to have at least 200 people, maybe even 300 people come through the room. I want to grow this. We've got 30 people in here. Let's click on the shares. Clubhouse has changed the algorithm. We're at 15. Could we get it to 20? What do you think, Miss Kenyatta? Can you help us get it? Can we get it to 20? And so that I
bet you we can, because here's the thing. The people that's here are already smart people, right? They know that they want to take advantage of keeping their money in their pockets, right? That's why they're here. They also understand how currency works. So you guys, this is how digital currency works. In order for Don to get this out to the masses to help other people, you have to share the room. And I'm not going to beg you to, because this is what you know to do. Because in order to get information, you got to give a little. It's the law of the world. Like, we get it, right? And so to help Don out, it's simple. You just share the information or share what you already gained from it. It's nothing. It doesn't cost you anything. All you do is go to that little box with the little arrow pointing up, and you let them know what value you're getting, how you're feeling right now, so other people can feel like, hey, maybe they want to be a part of this conversation. It's really simple. We're going to see how many people really understand currency, especially digital currency.
Wow. I want to thank Carrie Woods for sharing the room, and you, Miss Kenyatta, for sharing, and Sylvia Thomas for sharing the room. Credit Goddess out there sharing the room. Code Bella sharing the room. And Love Son, listen, thank you very much. And Ashley Russell sharing the room. Thank you so very much. Just some of the people we're up to 17. Thank you so very much. And because of the 17, we have 26 people in here right now. And if you want to see what I'm getting ready to show right now, all you new people, if you want to see it, go to ice10kvideos.com. Kenyatta, invite the people to see this next example of a real estate investor and what they're doing with the P.I.L.L method.
Okay, you guys really want to see this, because if you want to really beat inflation, get yourself some investment property. See me if you need funding. But right now, Don is going to show you how to exponentially grow your profile. And so what you want to do is go to ice10kvideos.com. Again, that's ice10kvideos.com. It's going to take you straight to YouTube, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share, because sharing is caring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So listen, raise your hand, get up here on the stage to ask your questions about what's going on, because we're scanning the audience. I'm scanning the audience right now, looking for people. And we got a bunch of people in here right now. And some people in here I got clients in here. Oh, hello, clients. You know, your information is we have to keep that confidential. So if a client tells you that they're on that program, that's great. I can't tell you who they are. ET gave us permission. All right. Because we had, even though he said that in an open forum and we were recording it, I still had to ask permission to turn that into a commercial. Do you listen, Kenyatta, we're going to be blasting that out all over social media once we got that. We got a team on board with that. That's going out on TV. That's going on social media. The P.I.L.L method is getting ready to go off the chain. All right. So folks, here's what we've got. I want to put this on the screen right now. We have this real estate investor. All right. And look, so he's got over $2 million worth of properties. I'm going to show you what he's got. We're going to go down to the bottom. 2,236,376 in properties right now. Okay, that's what we've got. All right. And okay, I got a little hiss in my let me see if I can get rid of this hiss. All right. Ms. Kenyatta, go ahead and invite the folks one more time while I fix my microphone.
Absolutely. So what you guys want to do is go to ice10kvideos.com. It's going to take you to YouTube, where he has a plethora of videos. So if you want to see your example, but you're running around, you could go back to ice10kvideos.com, or you could go to YouTube and put in the P.I.L.L method to see the examples, or past examples. It's a great way to share this information with your family and friends. So go ahead and go to 10kvideos.com. That's ice10kvideos.com.
Thank you very much. I'm ready to go. So listen, folks, $2 million, over $2 million worth of properties. And so this is what he was doing. His total payments on these loans, about $14,000 a month. But how much is he cash flowing? Over $41,000 a month. Ms. Kenyatta, that's pretty good, right? I mean, as far as real estate investors go, right? $14,000 that he pays for the mortgages, and over $41,000 in rents coming in. And I'm going to set this up for you. Okay. We're talking about prepaying a certain amount of money. But what he told me was, I don't want to use the monies that I'm using to reinvest to pay down these loans. Okay. I don't want to use that. I want to take my money and reinvest it in building up our portfolio. Okay. We want to make more money with that. I'm not interested in paying down the loans with that money. I said, don't worry about it. Every single dime that you have earmarked for investing, we will not touch. He says, you have my attention. Proceed, Mr. Daniel. Okay, because that he read my book and he wanted to know more information about what we've done. So what we did was we pointed out first how much interest he's already paid to get the equity. All right, so here we go. All right, so on this one mortgage, in 2 months, the interest rate is 3.25%. In 2 months, he paid this loan down by $7,374.92. But if you look here, he's also paid $4,609 in interest to get this equity. Okay. Cost him $4,600 to get $7,300 in equity. He wasn't paying attention to what he was paying in interest. Why? Because his tenants pay his mortgage. The tenants pay the mortgage. And he said, listen, he set it up the way that all real estate investors do. You buy the property right, okay? And then you rent it out correctly, and then you're cash flowing over $41,000 a month. And what does he pay out? 14 grand a month in on his mortgage payments. Oh, listen, that is great. But look at this. Look at mortgage number 2, which is an SBA loan. And this is a 25-year amortization, folks, 25-year amortization. And in 37 months, paid it down by $99,795.91. Why? Because all he did was make the minimum payments to the loan. Why? Because the tenants are paying the rent. He never looked at how much interest he was paying out of that money. So let's take a look at that. Paid it down by $99,000, but look how much interest he paid to get it. $222,252.09 in interest. Wow. Look at that. So folks, even if you're a real estate investor, that's got to put you back on your heels. Even if you're a real estate investor, you got to say, out of the money that my tenants gave me, are you telling me that 222,000 of my dollars that they gave me went to interest to pay down the loan by 99,000? You said, Don, there's something I can do about that without tapping the money that I want to reinvest. The answer is totally yes. And if you want to see that, I got 24 people in here right now. 85 people have been through the room. I want you to go ahead and share it. I got 18 shares. Come, let me get 2 more shares, and I'm going to go right into this and show you how in the world we are doing this. Now, I'm going to show you the end result first. Then we're going to go back, put one of his loans in, and we're going to go over some of the process. Watch this. Okay. Now, in 60 months, once he's been into these loans for 5 years, here's what both loans will look like. He will pay both loans down by $409,592.65. So, folks, when we do one of these, we show you how much interest you've already paid, and then show you how much equity you've received for that. If you're in the loan for less than 5 years, we project it out 5 years. Here's how much principal you'll pay down in 5 years, and here's how much interest you'll pay to get it. All right. I love getting the equity, but now when they see I have to pay $472,000 to get that equity, something is wrong with that. And I want you to focus in on this $472,000 for a minute, because that's what he was willing to pay. Why? Because, again, the tenants were paying the rent. The tenants are paying the rent, okay? Paying those mortgages. So this is how much he's paid so far. Watch this. $334,032 went out of the monies that he was already collected, all right? And he's paid that towards the mortgages, but only $107,000 went to his equity. The rest of the money went to interest. The rest of that money went to interest. Do you know what interest is really, folks? Interest is rent on your money. He never really looked at it that way, as paying rent on the money. So let's see what we could do to pay less rent on the money. So subtotal, how much interest has he paid? $226,861.17 in interest paid out already. How much interest does the bank want from the time I talked to him until the end of paying off these mortgages? How much interest was he scheduled to pay by the time I met him? $1,123,195. That's how much interest he was scheduled to pay at the time I met him, on top of the $226,000 he's already paid. Now, let's take a look at how we contrast what he's doing, the bank side and the P.I.L.L method side. On the left side is what he's currently doing. And I asked this question: which would you prefer, Mr. Real Estate Investor? Would you prefer to pay $1,123,195 to pay off the $2,236,000 that you owe and do it over 21.9 years? Or would you rather do this? Only pay $234,463 to pay off the $2,236,000 that you owe and do it in 4.9 years. What do you think he said, everybody? Listen, this is, we just saved him over $800,000, almost $900,000 in interest saved here, folks, that he'll never have to pay. And guess what? Then this is why we call it a savings and earnings report, because the interest he's no longer paying the bank, the $891,000, over the next 18 years or so, we're going to show him how to turn that money he didn't pay in interest into an extra $9,699,756. You see, folks, real estate investors aren't just leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. They're leaving millions of dollars on the table because the interest that they were counting as the cost of doing business, the interest that they were okay paying because the tenants were paying the rent. Okay. Once you spend that money on interest, you can't also invest that money. It's called opportunity cost. And in this case, it's opportunity cost lost. That's right, LOST, lost, because you spent that $891,726 on interest instead of investing it into your properties and making another $9 million with it. So folks, I'm going to put in another, while we're setting up for this next example, Kenyatta, will you invite some more people in so we can go ahead and so they can see this next example? And then while we're doing that, I'll also invite them to if they want to get a savings and earnings report, how they can get that. So go ahead, Ms. Kenyatta, let's invite these people to see this next example on just one of these loans, what we did for this particular gentleman.
Absolutely. Everyone go to ice10kvideos.com. That's videos with the S. Is going to take you straight to YouTube where you can see these examples and past examples. While you're there, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, share so this can become common knowledge. If you want your savings report, what you want to do is go to ice10klive.com. Go to step 2 where it says savings and earnings report. Follow the instructions to the ladder and you will start to see how your individual situation can actually improve by way of the P.I.L.L method.
All right, folks, we're getting in here now. While I'm getting this set up, all right, here's what you want to be able to do. Go to, if you want to know the month, day, and year you could be debt free, especially if you're a real estate investor, you may not want to know when you're going to be debt free. You may want to know when it makes sense for you to cash out refi. I want to show you that right now. A lot of the real estate investors I talk to, Don, I'm not interested in paying off my loans. I just want to cash out refi. Let's show you how you can cash out refi years sooner at a much lower interest cost. All right. Yeah, so getting out of debt is probably not your thing. I just want to get my equity. I want to get it cheaper so I can take that cash and invest it into more doors. But if I can get to that cash faster and cheaper, I can grow my portfolio faster and cheaper. Oh my goodness. We're getting into that right now. So what we're going to take a look at on one of these loans, okay? The payment on this is $8,704, okay? And it's 300 months, okay? That's 25 years amortization, all right? And the interest rate is 5% interest, all right? So when we calculate that, it comes to a mortgage of $1,488,906.65. That's what we've got, okay? And the payment on that is $6,203.78. So I want you to look at this with me right now. So as we're taking a look at this, okay, so see here how much money goes to principal and how much is going to interest. $2,522 goes to principal, while $6,203.78 goes to interest. Now, why don't we care? Why don't people care? Because the tenants are paying the bill. All right. Do you know how many real estate investors I talk to, folks, that are super interested in their tax structure and how to, once they receive that money, they want to save as much of that money as they can. So they employ accountants and whoever they have to employ to give them great tax strategies so that they can avoid legally all the tax that they don't have to pay. Well, you want a great tax strategy, but guess what? All the people that I know that have great tax strategies have no strategy, have no strategy on how not to pay interest. None. No strategy whatsoever. In fact, I know some people who are so efficient with their tax strategy that they practically pay no taxes, even though they're millionaires, because they learn how to do everything with their business. And let's see here. Let me ask you something. If you make $3 million this year, Ms. Kenyatta, if you make $3 million this year and you have expenses of $3 million this year, how much profit do you have?
Zero zilch.
Okay. And then if you made no money, if you have no profit, do you owe any tax?
Absolutely not.
So can I ask you this? Can I actually buy a vehicle that I can write off on my taxes?
Yes, you can.
Whoa, can I also buy property that I can write off on my taxes?
Yes, you can. It's actually 1031 exchange.
Can I actually then go, can I go to seminars and business meetings all over the world and add in a little vacation time and then write that on my taxes too?
With your meals included.
So listen, folks, this is what we're talking about. Mr. Jonathan just came to the stage. Mr. Jonathan, thank you for coming to
So
yeah.
let me just tell you, Don,
Yeah.
I invited Jonathan down. I'm up here because Jonathan, I want to shout you out because since we first started this room to this very day, you are a consistent supporter. And I want to first thank you for that. And I just do not want to take it for granted. We see you. And I want to thank you. Can you share with the audience why? Why do you, constantly support this room? I know that I'm going to see you. So, can you tell the people that might be new why you do so?
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear
Yes,
you just
we hear
fine.
you. All right, we lost you. There you are.
How about now?
Gotcha.
Yes, good morning. And this information is so valuable. That's why I show up each and every time because I want to get this information out to as many people as I can. So, hey, John, keep sharing all the gems. I'm listening and I'm getting the word out for you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Anytime you ever have a question, please come to the stage and ask your question. But we appreciate the fact that you're a consistent supporter of this room and this information.
Yes, sir. I look forward to getting a home pretty soon. So, I'll
All right. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, folks, we're back on the screen now. We're back on the screen. And now we're going to see, we got 16 people in online watching this. And listen, we have some people who have just switched over from Clubhouse. All right. They went from Clubhouse to watch this online. Kenyatta, can you believe that we got online blowing up? The people have left us with 14 people here, but that's okay. That's okay. They went over to online to watch it. Watch this, folks. So let's invite them one more time on how to see this example online, how this real estate investor blew up to save this kind of money. And we're going to show you exactly what he did without sacrificing a dime of the money he's putting into real estate investing.
Okay. So, hi, new people. However, you want to consume this information is all right with us as long as you learn the P.I.L.L method. But we do advise that you use another device, such as your desktop, laptop, or tablet, so that you can be a part of the conversation here on Clubhouse. But don't fret. While you're there, Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, but most importantly, share the information because we're really trying to get this to everybody because we know that everybody is paying interest of some sort. So go ahead. Down, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I know, but we lost you there for a second, Kenyatta. Okay, sometimes you're going in and out, so you may want to go out and come back in because the matrix had you for just a second. But we got most of what you said. All right, folks. Here's what we're doing. Here's where we are. All right, can everybody hear me? This is where we're going. Watch this. Watch this. So here's what we're doing, folks. $2,500 went to principal, $6,000 went to interest. First, I showed him if you prepaid $2,510.64, all that would go to principal. You would be paid down to on line 2 on your amortization schedule, and this $2,500 prepaid would save you $6,193.36 in interest you never have to pay. So, and talking to him, he says, you know what, Don? We're putting in, I don't want to touch this money, but I said, I asked him, do you have an account where you are putting in monies so that you could do maintenance and repairs on all of your properties? He says, yes. We're putting about $6,000 a month into that out of the rent that we're collecting. Okay, great. I said, and then I found out he has about $100,000 in there. Okay, about $100,000 in there. So I said, I want you to see this. I want you to see this, Mr. Investor. Take a look at this amortization schedule. We're looking at cumulative principal and cumulative interest right there. Okay. All right. And so now when we see that, if you take a look at this, cumulative principal for 1 year, that's $30,699.86 that you will pay out in 1 year. But how much interest is that going to cost you to get $30,000 in equity? So that's $73,484.14. Folks, I have to put a calculator on the screen right now. Where's my calculator? Okay, applications. Go ahead, pull up my calculator, put that on the screen. So we're gonna add that up. How much interest? 73,000. Okay, $748.14 in interest, plus the money that went to principal, $30,699.86 equals $104,448. So, folks, here's what I asked him. Even though you're cash flowing, even though you're making money hand over fist, but you also are looking at the equity that you're gaining in this property. I asked him, do you think you want to continue to spend money like this, even though your tenants are paying $104,000 out in 1 year just to get $30,000 worth of equity? He said, no, I don't want to keep doing that. I do not want to keep doing that. I said, let's see what we can do here. Okay. All right. So that means you had to pay $73,000 out to get $30,000 in equity. Do you want to pay that kind of interest to get $30,000? And I said, if you have to pay $73,000 to get $30,000 in equity, do you really have equity when you're counting how much interest you have to pay to get it? You know, an experienced real estate investor never really looked at the interest cost on the loans, just the interest rate. So let's focus in on the interest cost and see what we can do. All right. So here's what I told him. I said, out of that money, you got nearly $100,000 sitting in the bank account. All right. And it's making a little over 0.1% sitting in that bank account. So I asked him, would it be possible for you to borrow from that bank account $30,699.86. Would it be possible for you to do that and pay it towards this loan, not in 12 monthly installments, but in just one installment? Could you just pay that as a prepayment to the loan, about $30,000, and get it and borrow it from yourself out of that account that's only making about 1/10%? He said, well, yeah, because I'd still have almost $70,000 in that account for to do what I need to do as far as fixing stuff. And I said, okay, yeah. So, and he's never going to spend all of that in 1 month. No. So 70 grand, and he's taking out about 30 grand out of it. Apply it to here. Guess what happens? Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit slower. I'm actually going to do the math here. And our mortgage, all right, is $1,488,906.65. If we prepay the $30,000, so we got to subtract that. Listen, this is how much principal he can pay down in 1 year. Let's subtract $30,699.86, not in 12 monthly installments, but in one installment. So we're going to subtract, okay, $30,699.86. That equals $1,458,206.79. Folks, that is the same number that's right here. Oh, look at that. 2067. It's the same number. Look at that. So he can pay it in 12 monthly installments, or he can pay it in one installment. So when I showed him that, I said, what then happens to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12 on your amortization schedule? What happens to all that interest? He says, I never have to pay it. I said, so you mean to tell me you could take 30 grand out of your account that's practically making no interest, put it on this mortgage, and save yourself, look at this line 11, $67,661.37 in interest? He said, oh my gosh, yes. Are you hearing that, folks? Are you hearing that? So this is what I asked him next. I said, listen, now, even though you're cash flowing, even though you've got tenants paying the rent, you got tenants paying it, can you now justify paying $73,000? Can you justify paying $73,000 of your hard-earned money just to get $30,699 in equity? He says, no way. No way can I justify that now. Not when I know I could use that money to prepay and know what I'm going to get in interest savings. That is $67,000 in interest savings to do the same thing. So folks, what just happened? He paid his loan down from point A, starting at line 1, paid it down from line 1 down to line 12. He did it in 1 month. Instead of costing him $73,000 in interest to do the same thing, it only cost him $6,203.78 in interest to do the very same thing. Oh man, what do you think about that, Kenyatta? What do you think about that, Jonathan? This is absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness. Folks, we're getting ready to get into the holiday, Independence Day. Okay. We want to be independent. We want to be freed from what? Interest payments. We want to be freed from the bank taking advantage of the fact that we don't know this. I love the bank. I'm not anti-bank. What I am is pro-education. Everyone needs to know this, how they can save money on their interest, cut this interest cost. Let me show you how this was a real estate investor. Okay. And I hope you got some value out of this. If you got some value out of this, let's put some number nines in the chat. Put number nines in the chat online and on Clubhouse. Put number nines in the chat if you got value out of this morning, seeing how real estate investors can save all of this interest. Put number, just let me know. All right, there you go. There you go. I see it coming in now. I see them coming in. Let me see. Put that number 9 in the chat if you are receiving value and knowing how real estate investors can save all of this money. But I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. Okay. So I want to make sure that we are very, very clear on one thing. Okay. We are, as real estate investors, leaving millions of dollars on the table. Listen, focus in here for just a second, folks. Focus in here. Borrowing money is just something that we need to learn how to do. We have never, ever had a class on how this works. So first of all, I want to tell you that there is a book out there that will help you to understand the basics of this. It is the P.I.L.L method book. P.I.L.L method, a better way to eliminate debt. It's been a 5-time bestseller on Amazon. Okay? 5-time bestseller on Amazon. And this book will give you the basics of what we went over today. Now, why is this important? Because out of 33 million titles on Amazon, out of 33 million, there's only one book that goes over how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it. Now, how in the world did this happen? How did we get so far into our lifetime and not even know how the bank is charging interest and what we can do about it? How did we get here? How in the world were they able to keep that information to themselves and not even share it to their employees? Folks, this information, more than anything else, is going to help you. Let's keep that on the screen. This information is going to keep you, more than anything else, is going to help you to level up your and get to your idea of financial freedom and getting to developing, here it comes, generational wealth. If you can cut the interest, because everybody uses loans, okay? Everybody uses loans that understands the benefit of leveraging money. There are some people who go out there and pay cash. But if you're paying cash for everything, I guarantee you're behind the 8 ball. Now, why is that? Because banks are the biggest borrowers in town. They have the biggest buildings downtown. They control the money in the United States. Corporations go to banks to borrow money. Corporations don't use their own cash. Okay? They go to the banks because the banks have it. How do they have it? Because they know how to make trillions upon trillions of dollars in interest borrowing our money. Yes, when you put your money in a bank, the information that you sign that you've never read essentially says this bank is borrowing your money. They're going to use that money to lend out to others. As they learn, as they send this out, as they lend this money out, they're making huge profits with that money. And then they pay you pennies on the dollar for the use of it. Why is anybody talking about using cash only when the most successful businesses on the planet, being banks, are learning how to borrow money strategically? We could do the same. Can we borrow money from the banks, make big profits with that money, and then pay them pennies on the dollar for the use of it. Listen, folks, what's good for the goose gotta be good for the gander. We can learn how to do the same thing. Miss Kenyatta, are you here with me today?
I am here, Don.
Listen, I want to ask.
Listen,
I want to
you
ask.
got a great thing.
I want to ask you something first. I want to ask you something. You say often you help people get loans on their commercial property.
Yes, I do.
And then you said
Yes, I do,
you're
and I
going to
love
show
doing
them how to cut the interest on that and pay those properties off faster, or at least get to where they can cash out refi sooner because of the interest
Build
savings.
that equity up.
And then you show them how to get another property sooner because of that.
Absolutely, I do.
So learning this information about saving people money on interest, that does not hurt your business at all, does it?
It actually improves my business.
How about that? How about that, everybody?
Yes.
So what you're saying is, listen, there is so much money left on the table. We're not talking about hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking about millions of dollars left on the table. And I'm going to show you one more secret that I may not have been clear on, Ms. Kenyatta. Okay? May not have been clear on this before. I want to show you something. Do you see here on the screen where we're going to help this investor take the money he's no longer paying to the bank and turn it into another $9,699,756? Folks, that is a 1% return on his money. Just 1%. 1% return on his money can take him to over $9 million in just about 18 years. What if we take it to the 10, 15, 20% that he's used to? How much would it be then? Listen, I don't want to put any inflated numbers here. I wanted to lowball these numbers only because if I put what's really going on, Kenyatta, people may not ever believe what we're talking about, how much money is being left on the table. Real estate investors. Listen, if you want to know more about how you can take that money that you're giving to the bank willingly, stop, and learn how to get your equity cheaper. Learn how to acquire your assets with a lot less interest cost. And you don't have to sacrifice any of the money that you've earmarked for reinvesting. Get the book. Find out, get that book. Once you get that book, listen, get the book and also get a savings and earnings report for yourself. How would you like to have one of these for yourself that we're showing you on the screen? How would you like to have one of those? You would go to, we have it at the top of the screen, ICE 10K, okay? Click on my link at the top of the screen, or that's ice10klive.com, or you can go to ice10k.com. And you can shorten it, ice10k.com. You can go to there and find the link that says get a savings and earnings report. Once you get to that link and get a savings and earnings report, then you can also find out the month, day, and year you could be debt free. And once you understand how you can become debt free and how much interest you can save, we're going to show you how you can not only that, but take that money you're no longer paying in interest, and we can show you your potential wealth accumulation with that money. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenyatta, what? Now you can come in. I'm sorry I cut you off, but what did you have to say about all this?
No, I was thinking back to the one client you helped. He built his second home that he was going to use as his primary residence for his family. He started on it 2 years prior to now. And now that the economy is what it is, how using the pill method, he was able to be ahead. I want to say somewhere it was over 200,000.
Oh, yes.
And I was wondering if you could tell them about that because that's one of my all-time favorites. It speaks to my little investor heart. So if you could.
Listen, I will do that, folks. And so this, since we don't have any more clients, we don't have clients, we don't have any more people on the stage. We're in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, Kenyatta, I want you to turn hand raising off. In 10 seconds. So if anybody wants to ask a question, you have 10 seconds from this point now. Okay. And so I'm going to go into this story. All right. So listen, here's the story. We had a client here in Huntsville. He's an engineer. And in that time, this engineer was making more money now than when he started on the program. So when he put everything into the opportunity cost calculator, it told him that he's now going to be able to pay off the last $263,000 that he owes in 3.5 years and pay $16,000 in interest to do it, because our calculator does all that math. He was surprised when I told him, you're paying off the mortgage too fast and you're not paying enough interest. What? Paying the mortgage off too fast and not paying enough interest. Let me show you what I mean by that. We went into his program, okay? And I'm going to, while I'm talking, let me see if I can bring up, I'm going to bring up the program so you can see what we're talking about. And I told him, let's pull up your program and let's plug in there that you're making $2,000 a month less. $2,000 a month less. All right. And then the program will recalculate. When we told the program that, the program recalculated and told him that now, because he's making $2,000 a month less, he will now pay off his loan in 6.5 years. And it's going to cost him $20,000 in interest instead. So here is an example of our opportunity cost calculator. Okay. You see it on the screen now. And so what I told him that, because how do I know? Because we can actually click on the interest remaining. I'm pointing it here. In any scenario, you can always point out how much interest you have remaining. And so we showed him that, how much interest he had remaining, $16,000. But when we changed the parameters, he now has to pay $20,000, $4,000 more, and it's going to take him twice as long to pay off the loan. Okay, from 3.5 to 6.5. He says, well, why is that better? I said, here's what you need to understand. You want to pay off the loan in 3.5 years. You like that, which means we're going to have to put that $2,000 a month back into the system and let the program direct you on how to get out of debt in 3.5 years. So 3.5 years, that is 3 years is 36 months, another half year, another 6 months, that's 42 months. 42 months, okay? 42 months times $2,000 a month, okay? 42 times 2,000 equals $84,000. And so if you put that towards debt reduction now to get out of debt in 3.5 years, all right, that means you're going to pay instead of $20,000, you're going to pay $16,000. So you have to pay $84,000 out just to save an additional $4,000 in interest. I said, is that how you want to spend your money? He says, heck no. Not if I look at it like that. I was just so focused on paying off the debt, I didn't look at how it was affecting me financially, how I was using my money not to make money, but to save money. At a certain point, you want to stop putting money towards debt reduction and put it towards wealth accumulation. All right, are you hearing me? Okay. We're going to be ending up early today. So once I'm done with this story, we're going to be shutting it down. Okay. So thank you for bringing this up, Kenyatta. So what I told him, I said, why do you want to pay off your loan? Why do you want to pay off your loan in 3.5 years? He says, well, we want to start building our house. Now, this was at the start of this is near the start of the pandemic, folks. Okay, this is near the start of this, and we went over this. We went over this information. I said, you know, your house is only going to get more expensive. Why don't you go ahead and build your dream house now? He says, because we've been putting so much money away into trying to pay off this house and faster. We don't have the 70 grand that we need for the down payment. I said, yes, you do. He says, well, where? I said, in the walls of this current house. Go down to my friend, Mabinti at Bank Corp South. Okay. I mean, they have they do a great job of getting you a HELOC. I mean, and she got him a HELOC in no time flat, a home equity line of credit. That's what it stands for, home equity line of credit. And then he took $70,000 of that and put it as a down payment on his new home. Now, the home ran into supply chain issues along the way. Believe it or not, his home is now almost ready to move in. Okay, supply chain issues, besides, he's almost ready to move in. This is a 2-year project, folks. He found out that the house next door to his, that's a little bit smaller than his house. Okay, just sold for $900,000. So he locked in his $700,000 price point about 2 years ago. He started on this thing now. He's moving in with equity right now, over $200,000 worth of equity right now. Not only that, but when he puts a renter into the house he has currently, he's going to be able to pay off both houses. Get this now, get this. In 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being with us today. We're going to let you go just a little bit early today because of the holidays. And Kenyatta, we've never done this early. So what we want to do is invite you to get the book. Go ahead and get the P.I.L.L Method book. And once you get that book, folks, it's the only one on Amazon that goes over this information. And I've had people say, Don, when I got the book, I read it in a day. I read it over the weekend. It is an easy read. It's an informative read. And what we did was we were diligent in making sure that if a 7th grader picked up this book, they could understand it and follow the directions in the book. So it is we broke it down that far so people can get it. Get that book today. All right. And then start learning this information and get your savings and earnings report. Go to the link up top. And if you're still online, you want to go to ice10k.com. Find that link that says get a savings and earnings report. Okay. And once you get the savings and earnings report, you put in your information. If you're watching it on the screen, this is where you put in your information. And then where it says you put in your cell phone number and confirm it. Wait for the code. We're sending you a code as a message on your phone. Go to your messages, get the code. Wait, don't keep clicking confirm. Get your message. Go to get the code and put it into the space provided on the website. Once you do that, the yes, I want to save will light up. Okay, we're going to confirm that the code. Yes, I want to save will light up. Click on yes, I want to save, and that will let you into the financial form. Once you're into the financial form, give us all the information about all of your debt. Don't leave anything out. And as an average, people have paying off all of their debt, their student loans, credit cards, car loans, and mortgages in an average of 7 to 9 years. And we're going to get you a savings and earnings report just like you've seen here today. I want to thank everybody for coming in here today. And just there's a good chance we may show up and do a special, may not be a full presentation, but a special presentation on the holiday tomorrow morning. All right. So some of our moderators are going to be on vacation, on doing their thing. So, I may be here. But look for, here's why you want to follow ICE. Here's why you want to follow me. Okay. Follow me and follow the club. So whenever we appear, you will know it. Okay. So, and we're going to put it up early when we put it in, and then you can also RSVP. I want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to thank Ms. Kenyatta for being here. And Ms. Kenyatta, would you spend just a few seconds with us and do an outro? Tell us who you are and what you do and why this is so important to you.
Absolutely. Again, you guys, my name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And as always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. And what I like to do is help people find that space in real estate that really, really grows their family, their wealth by way of properties. So I help them find properties. I help them fund that property. I help them cancel the interest on that property so we can get them yet another property and repeat and repeat and repeat. And I'm here because this couples really, really well with what my mission and goals are. And I feel so happy to be connected with the source that, that is all thing P.I.L.L method, Mr. Don Daniels, because this man has tapped into a space that nobody is talking about, you guys. It enables me to structure deals differently. I'm able to communicate to my clients differently when they're purchasing properties and when they're selling, and how to look at things. And it just gives me another layer of expertise. And I'm so grateful for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let you go. We want to hear. We're going to hear from Dr. Eric Thomas one last time. He's going to have the final word, and I want everybody go out and enjoy your holiday. And all of this comes from P.I.L.L Method International. Thanking you for being here, Dr. Eric Thomas. You have the last word on today.
Listen to y'all, but one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down for my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.